Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tips and Trades brought to you by Centimeter Perfect. I am Liam. That is Jesse. We are back for round 3 action. We're going to go through our fantasy teams, Jesse. We're going to go through our tips for the next round. It's all here at CMPerfect_AFL is where you can find us on YouTube, and for our audio podcast, Apple, Amazon, and Spotify. Jesse, how are you feeling, mate, going to round 3?
I'm a bit sick of hamstrings, Liam. I'm also sick of having to use my 2 trades around to fix my injuries.
Yeah, legit.
Rather than, get rid of bad players.
Honestly, that's kind of been the tale of the tape this year so far. We'll start with our fantasy. Straight off the bat, Jesse, I know that I've been doing a lot of trades when it comes to injuries this season. Isaac Heaney came out last week. In comes Justin McInerney. Someone else was injured, gone. In.
I gotta get rid of Rosie and Petrarca, which is just superb.
That's also what I've also looked at doing and have done for this upcoming round. Potentially, I might change it. We'll see how we go, Jesse. But let's get on to our scores first of all. Now, obviously, we've got our Centimeter Perfect tipping competition. Sure, why not? Fantasy competition. But Jesse and I are going to go head-to-head as well. Last week, you won, Jesse, and you gave me a lovely little forfeit of captaining Ruben Jinby. Nearly got me 100 points out of that, which is very fun. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
But even with that forfeit, Jesse, last week, I still got over the top of you. 1,486 points to me, 1,390 for you, which takes our totals to a very, very close margin indeed. 3-2-1-2 versus 3-2-6-3 for yourself. Our next forfeit round will come in round number 5. So whoever loses that will be subject to the similar debauchery and tomfoolery. And of course, there's also the other added stipulation. If either of us lose by more than 400, that's also a penalty as well. Because what do you get for losing? More losing. Now, the competition property.
The Essendon edge.
The Essendon edge, that's right. Oh, we all needed this, yeah. We all needed it, that's for sure. Our tipping competition proper, Jesse, here's how we fared against our competitors in this last round. I played high energy. Obviously, I lost because, that's what we do. 1486 to 1743. Got absolutely pantsed, actually. So did you. 1390 going down to Magpie Militia, who took care of me last week, took care of you this week.
Can I just say, these opening round buys are no.
Yes.
I hate them. They're like, I'm rapidly falling out of love with the game.
And look, it's the buys, it's the early lates. Thank you, Brandon Walker. All these things all add up to what equates to a terrible fantasy week. Here's our table. Obviously, we've still got Magpie Militia up on top, ruling the roost, having taken care of the 2 hosts of this show quite handily.
Would you like to come and host next week, Magpie Militia? Maybe I can have the week off.
Maybe. I'm going to Bali, Jesse, so maybe you can come do the
Maybe
show.
I can have the week off.
Fine. Understood. So there's our top 10. So you can see your name in there. Well done. You are at the top end of the table. Let's just flip over, Jesse, because we are both right.
Hey, you're getting relegated. I'm safe.
Yes, I'm currently in relegation zone. You are run above me in 17th.
Call me Nottingham Forest, mate.
17th
we are
and 18th.
staying up.
Oh, God. I'm fucking the Wolves at the moment. That's how I feel. I know I'm not Hot Mess Premiership, who's down the bottom there, but I still feel like Wolverhampton. Not the best start to the season for our fantasy, Jesse, not by any stretch of the imagination. But
this is the time of year I'd normally just give up, but because we do this, honestly, I don't really have a choice. So please start throwing games if you see you're coming up against me.
Yeah, start throwing games or lick your lips because you might get a win. How fun. Look, and we said at the top at the
I can't wait till we play.
Not until round 19, Jesse.
How's it really? Oh, dearie me. Okay.
Yeah, we got the whole season to go through. But look, I said at the top of the season, I've not done fantasy before. Not in this version. I do NBA, where it's like you have to choose particular players. Having a full pool of people and a salary cap does my head in. But who knows? By the end of the season, I might have a big old comeback. How you feeling about it, Jesse? You feeling okay?
Can we talk about confidence points now?
We can move on to tips, Jesse. Yes, we can. So just tips. That's the section now, Jesse, where we use confidence points to tip our games of football. Explain to any new listeners what that might mean.
It's our weighted scale of assigning different values to our tips each week. We assign based on our most confident team. This week, that will be 7, given the lower amount of games. Least confident team will be getting 1, can't repeat points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the season will be the champion. Don't need the most amount of correct tips, just the most amount of correct points this season. There are 3 of us, myself, Liam, and Vin, who is throwing cats amongst the pigeons. How did we all fare, Liam, in round 2.
Well, Vin, once again, didn't have a great week, bless his heart. But I didn't think you want to see this either, Jesse, because I took the win this week, 19 points for me, taking me a total of 52. You got 13, taking you to 50, putting you back into second spot. And then Vin still taking up the tail end with 12 points. Nearly got you though, Jesse. He nearly got you. One confidence point either way.
Okay, he's still 15 behind.
he's still a fair way behind. Last week did not do Vin any favors. Come on, Dad, you can do it. All right, let's go. Let's go through to the games proper, Jesse. Actually, is that my next slide? Let's have a quick look. Yes, it is. Let's kick it off with Thursday night footy.
Geelong hosting the Adelaide Crows down at GMHBA for a big Thursday night clash. The Cats coming off the bye, the Crows coming off a narrow loss, both sides looking to stamp their authority over each other as potential premiership contenders. Vin gets to go first here. I think that's going to be a bit of a theme.
Yeah, probably.
Who's he assigned his points to?
So Vin's gone pretty hard on the Geelong Cats, Jesse.
Okay.
He's gone Geelong with 6 confidence points.
Whew.
Now, I think he's actually just seen the injuries and everything coming out of this of the round. He's been like, threw him asunder. Archie out for 6 to 8. Rory led out for a couple, and he's gone, no, that's it. I'm changing my mind. I'm going the Cats. Cats with 6 for Vin. That's you, Jesse. You're next because you are second.
I know, thank you. Crows with the 1 for me. Very low confidence here. This is a coin toss game for myself. I don't think the Crows are going to want to lose 2 in a row to potential premiership rivals. Obviously, GMHB has a very hard place to win, but I backed them to get the job done here.
I've gone Geelong with 3. I think that GMHB Stadium, I think, is going to be a bit of a fortress for them this season. I think they're going to get a few of their players back as well. And it's just Geelong. They look really good. And the Crows, while we still think they're going to be up there, I still think, despite their current 14th spot on the ladder, I still think Geelong are going to be up there as well. I think it's still going to be a coin toss. I agree with you in that sense. But based on how the other games this round kind of looked, I really didn't have a choice. I had to go.
We did.
I did, Jesse, and I back it in. Geelong with 3. Let's go for the next one off the banks. Let's go.
Do not scratch your eyes. Collingwood playing a home game at Marvel Stadium. Big travel for them. They take on the Greater Western Sydney Giants. Have to go all the way down to Docklands. Are we hoping to return with 4 points? Although it is just a stone's throw from Victoria Park. So potentially they could just pelt Lockie Schultz at the stadium and see if he can land there in one go. Big game for both sides. Giants will be disappointed with their start to the season, having lost 2 games, while the Magpies haven't exactly looked as strong as they would have hoped either. Vin's up first here.
Vin is up first. Yes, he is. And he has gone, and true to form, bless him, he's got his favourites to start the season. Some teams he just will not tip against, and one of those teams is the GWS Giants. He's got the Giants with 4, Jesse. He doesn't like Collingwood's early season scoring issues, and he thinks that GWS's list is more deep and balanced. So there we go.
Well, that's nice.
That's nice.
I'm Collingwood with 3, just purely because I can't wrap my head around what GWS are at the moment. They are wildly inconsistent. They have looked very good against the Hawks. They have looked absolutely terrible against St Kilda for decent swaths of that game, and obviously the Bulldogs game. So I'm very much nervous to tip the Giants. So we'll go with Collingwood. It wouldn't shock me if the Giants won this, especially if they can get some speed on ball and go at the aging legs of some of Collingwood's key figureheads. But look, I mean, I know Collingwood don't exactly have a great forward line. That probably does play into the Giants' hands, given they've not been great defensively. But equally, if Collingwood get on a run, I don't back the Giants to stop them.
Yes, which is why I've gone Collingwood with 5, Jesse. I think I'm a bit more. This is going to be an interesting round once all the points are done. We're all over the place. Collingwood with 5. I think just when you look at how these teams are structured and how these teams play, Collingwood are just a better team in general, like all around the board. And I think that'll go to show. I think the run and their want to win will be higher than the Giants, and that'll be enough to get them across the line. Jesse, let's go to our next game.
St Kilda hosting Brisbane at Marvel Stadium. A lot of X's in this score sheet. St Kilda With the one win from these two sides so far, having played 5 matches, with the Lions looking to get their spluttering premiership defence off to a bit of a better start down in Melbourne. Vin, I'm interested to see what Vin goes with here. Is he as simple as win on board equals good, or is he backing the Lions to roar?
He is not as simple as win on board equals good. He is backing the Lions to roar with 3 confidence points, not overly confident in it. He knows the Lions are still elite despite their injury clouds and obviously suspension clouds as well. But he just thinks the better team wins here, which is the Lions, Jesse.
I agree with Vin. Lions with 5 for me. I'm still unconvinced about St Kilda. This is exactly the game where if they go and do it, we can start talking about being convinced by them. But, in the absence of any real credible evidence to show they can do it, especially a 4-quarter performance, which you haven't seen from them at all this season, need to back in the Lions here.
Yeah, I've gone the Lions with how many points, Jesse? Lions with 4 for me. Again, they've got to win at some stage, and I think this will be the time they do it. But again, I agree with you. Like the Saints if they can get over this hurdle of the 2-time reigning premiers, despite their outs, then we can maybe take it a bit more seriously. I agree with that. Let's go on to our next game.
Fremantle hosting Richmond at Optus Stadium. The Dockers will look to pick up their second win on the bounce, while Richmond will go into the West hoping to spring a bit of a surprise on the fast-starting Fremantle. Is Vin backing in his boys?
Vin is backing in the boys. He's gone the full 7 on the Dockers here. Now, obviously, the weather is tipped to be flipping horrible on the weekend here. So, Jesse,
I'm so excited.
When you go, Jesse, make sure you take your poncho. I will not be there, unfortunately, once again, but that's okay. Take your poncho. It's going to be wet, and when it's wet, Freo sometimes do funny things. But I think Vin. Well, I should say Vin. That gone straight into my tip.
Are you Freo with 7 as well, Liam?
Yeah, I'm Freo with 7 as well, Jesse.
Me too.
Yeah,
okay, what's the next game?
That was nice and easy. What is the next game? Let's have a look.
Essendon hosting North Melbourne at Marvel Stadium on Saturday night. The Kangaroos will be looking to arrest back a disappointing loss to the Eagles in the West, while Essendon will be looking to show us anything at all in their 3rd game of the season. How is Vin playing this one?
Well, Vin doesn't think that the North Melbourne's improvement is hype. He thinks it's very real. Essendon got smashed by Port, still looking consistent. That's very true. He just thinks that North Melbourne are going to be better. He's gone the North Melbourne Kangaroos with 5 confidence points. Jesse.
Big backing from Vin. I'm less confident North with 2 just because it is North. However, I suppose the argument is, well, it is Essendon.
Correct. And that's why I've gone North with 6. I've gone very, very heavy on North because I reckon last week they were challenged by the Eagles. I think this week they're going to get a 60-point win again.
Sorry, Jimmy. I've broken one of the rules. I don't have a 6-point. Can I make... No, I've already given this 2. That's okay. I've got a different game I can do. I know. I've just looked at my numbers and said, why don't I have a 6?
You're silly.
Sorry.
Can I? And I just say, Jesse, this is the 3rd game at Marvel so far this round. 2 are on Saturday.
Is this gather round?
It must be gather round. 2 St Kilda, Brisbane, and then Bombers with Kangas. Lucky days for everyone in Melbourne watching footy at Marvel. No one will be here.
Great day to not be at Marvel.
Well, that's every day, Jesse. It's a terrible stadium. Let's go to the next one, Jesse.
Port Adelaide hosting West Coast at the Adelaide Oval. The Power will look to surge over the Eagles, who were a very impressive winner against the Roos. Vin, how are you playing this?
Vin has gone Port with 2. Port with 2? Yes, Port with 2. He said, obviously, they just responded with a huge 6-point win, but they are volatile, yes. And obviously, the loss of Coda Rosie and Miles Bergman, who's also still out, is bad. So that's what Vin has said, Jesse.
I agree. I've gone Port with 4. I'm not happy to be that high. My alternative is to give them 6, and I just don't want to do that. Ultimately, the Power should be winning this game, right? They're in a better list stage right now than West Coast are. However, I think West Coast are showing more commitment as a side, and that's going to make this a very interesting game.
All right, let's finish up. Jesse, got one more game to go, which I know you're giving 6 points to, but who we will find out in a second.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's not going to be one of them. Carlton hosting Melbourne at the MCG on Sunday afternoon. The Blues clung on before their bye to beat the Tigers, while Melbourne will be disappointed with their result out in the West against Fremantle. Vin, how's he assessing this one?
Vin has gone Carlton with 1 point, with the very astute analysis saying it's an absolute coin flip. That's literally all it said.
Okay.
So,
if this is a coin flip, it must be a two-headed coin. Melbourne with 6 for me. Carlton have not shown us anything. If Melbourne play a quarter after halftime, they're probably going to win this game, irrespective of what happens in the first half. That's just where we're at with Carlton. They've not shown me anything that makes me say they can win a game of football at the moment.
Well, it's going to be a good one when it comes off for you, Jesse. I have also gone Melbourne, but only with the 1. That's kind of how my points stacked up this week. So I agree with you. I think Melbourne should get the better of the Blues, but Blues are weird, man. Sometimes they just come out and they just do something really good. And
they need to respond.
They need to respond, and I reckon this week they might do that, but not quite get the win. Jesse, that's round 3. That's our tips in the bag. Send a lot of people home.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the 10 Minute Perfect AFL podcast. If you enjoyed, a like and a subscribe. Let us know who you're tipping or trading in the comments below. And we'll see you next week. Enjoy your footy weekend, and fingers crossed that your side, unless it's Richmond, can get the 4 points in your fixture. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.